Brother, are you constantly distracted, struggling to focus, maybe even diagnosed with ADHD, or you just suspect that something is wrong with your brain? What if I told you that it's not a disorder, it's your dopamine, and porn is the reason that it feels broken? In today's episode of The Rebuilt Man, I'm going to expose one of the most overlooked causes of focus issues and so-called ADHD in high-performing men, which is their compulsive porn use. You're going to learn how dopamine hijacking leads to scattered thoughts, lack of drive, and burnout, and how to fix this by attacking the real roots of your problem. You see, this isn't a conversation about medication or mental disorders. It is a wake-up call. After helping thousands of men break free from porn, I've seen one recurring issue again and again. Men who can't focus, stay motivated, or follow through. Most of them have been labeled with ADHD, but when they quit porn, everything changes. Now let's break it down from the neuroscience to the real life transformation, guys. Welcome to the Rebuilt Man podcast. My name is Coach Frank Rich, founder and host here. It has been our mission for the last 6 years to help men just like you, caught up in the depths of this addiction, find and unlock real and lasting freedom in their lives by rewiring their brains, reclaiming their identity, and rebuilding a life that is 100% porn-free. Let's get into today's episode. The real reason you can't focus. You see, most men don't have ADHD. They have what's called as or known as dopamine deficiency or dysregulation. You see, porn is a supernormal stimulus. It's unnaturally hijacks your brain's reward system. You were not created to take on the levels of stimuli that porn produces. You see what happens, this is a quote from Dr. Anna Lemke in Dopamine Nation, is the more pleasure you seek out, the more pain you're going to feel. In the episode that I had with her on the Superman Life podcast, she talks about this cycle of dopamine that we all live on, jumping from the pleasure to the pain, back to the pleasure to the pain. It's an endless cycle, and you've experienced this, and this is why you always are feeling dysregulated. With these supernormal stimuli, the comparison to real life rewards, the gym, progress, family, versus the artificial ones, porn, junk food, TikTok, there is no comparison. The artificial ones will always win. You see, when you go from a 6 to a 15 by using porn, you think about a cycle of pornography or a cycle of dopamine. When you hijack it up, it must drop back down. So if your natural baseline is somewhere in a 6, but porn spikes it to a 15, before it returns back to 6, it drops down to a negative 9 or so. And that's where all of this is stemming from. That crash that we're describing here, low energy, procrastination, impulsivity, brain fog, ADHD-like symptoms, is the byproduct of this cycle of dopamine that you're taking yourself on. You see, ADHD diagnosis often comes after years of overstimulation. But what if the behavior caused these symptoms, not the other way around? And this is what we've seen time and time again. You see, dopamine is not just about pleasure. It's actually meant to be your motivator, your drive, and your focus. But what happens is your brain wants what's known as homeostasis or balance. So after a spike, it overcorrects itself. Now, repeated porn use trains the brain to avoid discomfort and seek these quick hits time and time again. The more you use, the more numb you become. Eventually, normal life, work, fitness, relationships all feel boring and unfulfilling. And you begin to constantly chase overstimulation, which looks a lot like ADHD. You see, studies show that the dopamine receptor down regulation in people exposed to high amounts of artificial stimuli, which is porn included. So your dopamine gets down regulated by high amounts of this artificial stimuli. Now, what this leads to is what's known as porn-induced ADHD-like symptoms. The inability to finish tasks, the constant distraction and digital multitasking, the procrastination and lack of motivation, a shortened attention span, fatigue, and depressive type of episodes, and trouble connecting deeply with real people. Those symptoms: inability to finish tasks, constant distraction, procrastination, lack of motivation, short attention span, fatigue, and the inability to connect with people. How many of those are you experiencing? That is the list of symptoms that come into our program. When I spoke with Dr. Trish Lee, she shared that porn-induced brain changes mimic attention deficit. So these changes in our brain mimic attention deficit disorders. The key word there is mimic attention deficit disorders. But it can be reversed, though, through abstinence and intentional behavior change. So even though you feel like you have what would be described as ADHD, through intention, through work, and through effort, you can change and rewire your brain. But here's the thing: is medication isn't going to help in these areas, because most ADHD meds are dopamine boosters. So now what you've done is you've thrown more gasoline on a fire that is already burning. If your problem is depletion, not dysfunction, meds just act like duct tape on that fire hose. You don't need more stimuli. You need stability in your life, foundations, frameworks, routines. Real healing is going to come through rebuilding a healthy dopamine system. Now you may be wondering, Frank, how do I fix and reset my dopamine? Step number one, brothers, you got to quit porn. Obviously, the starting point, right? You got to cut off the hose that is causing the fire. Number two here is daily goal setting. Small, daily actionable goals that you can take, recognize, and reward yourself for. Build a forward momentum. Number three here is exposing yourself to natural dopamine boosters, cold exposure, workouts, exercise, daily goal accomplishments, things that are going to naturally boost your dopamine. Number four here is reclaiming your focus by deep work sessions, time blocks, staying committed to one task for a shortened period of time. Focus 25 minutes at a time, 30 minutes at a time. Step number five here is getting into a community. You see, brotherhood and connection will literally rewire your brain. We were meant and created to be engaged and involved in real connection, in real community. And if you're lacking this, you are not giving your brain the healthy things that it needs. And number six here is celebrate your small wins. Celebrate them every single day. Find gratitude and find victory in every single day. Train your brain to find rewards throughout these processes. But you got to start reframing this. You don't need to fix your brain. You need to detox it, to reset it, to rewire it. Now, what we've seen time and time again with men that commit to a process is 30, 60 days off of porn, and following these steps, they lose their ADHD-like symptoms. Their fitness, their businesses, relationships all break through once brain fog has been lifted. You can search our Trustpilot review page. You'll see the common theme here. I finally feel clear and connected again. But this is a reminder, brother, your brain isn't broken. It's just been hijacked. And now is the time to take it back if you're ready to reclaim your focus, rebuild your discipline, and reset your dopamine the right and healthy way. Then join us inside the Rebuilt Man in the 7-day porn reset challenge. It's completely free. And it'll show you exactly how to start and get a week of success and progress under your belts. You can tap the link down there in the show notes below or visit the rebuiltman.com/7-day reset to get access to this and the community starting today. But stop telling yourself you're broken, brother. Stop holding on to that identity and begin to reclaim the identity of the man that you were put on this earth to be. Join us in the 7-day reset. Visit therebuiltman.com/7-day reset or click the link down there in the show notes below. And I look forward to seeing you, brother, on the inside.